Hey guys, what's up? Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So I'm sure you guys have already seen a few people discussing this today, and this is shared by Stephen D up here on Twitter. So Vinay Pai, SVP at Bill.com, lecturing at the Ken Kennedy Institute, just talking in a short video clip about Bitcoin being slow and expensive, no surprise there, XRP being fast, cheap, scalable, and in turn, what scalability really means is really, able to scale more transactions per second. All right. And then almost every bank has some kind of POC or proof of concept on XRP, utilizing XRP. Now, a lot of people are so impressed by this. They think that's unbelievable and it means all banks are going to be using XRP. But in reality, just to keep, a level head, a lot of banks are always exploring new technologies, especially something like XRP, because obviously it's one of the newer digital assets, has a lot of information by it, huge institutions. I don't think we should really be surprised. I mean, for example, even on XRParcade.com, one of the best websites to get XRP information, at least today, is we see the Ripple ecosystem here, and this website's created by Leonidas. And we can see banks, we can see associations, universities, you name it. And this is literally the Ripple ecosystem, not just the XRP ecosystem. So this is only one portion of it. And as we scroll down, associations, but then look at the list of banks we see. And these are existing partners. Now, some of them might not all be using XRP per se, but they're a RippleNet partner. And so we understand the level. So we look at these banks, variety of countries, Australia, France, US, Singapore, all kinds of different forms of fiat, obviously. Even the small low-hanging fruit corridors like Singapore, Mexican peso, Philippine peso, and then some of the bigger players with higher levels of liquidity. I know we also got news about the Brazilian real, with the euro, with Remessa joining RippleNet as well, so that's good. So, I mean, I'm personally not surprised by this, but I guess a lot of people are. But when a multi-billion-dollar fintech that's backed, that has tons of backing, that's working with the top 40 to 50 central, I always mess this up, I'm sorry, the top 40 to 50 world governments, and then 30 of the central banks, I'm not surprised about this. And even Marjan Delantine, which we'll talk about again, she worked for Swift for 10 plus years, and she was there responsible for Swift and selling the GPI, that new product. Really, it's kind of like X-Current per se. And she literally left Swift to go to Ripple and become the global head of banking. She sees where the money's going. She sees where true innovation is going. This should be no surprise to us. And that's why, at least for me, I'm in XRP long term. How long is that? Well, for me, it's minimum of 5 years. That's similar to the stock market. A lot of people say 1 year in crypto is like 10 years in the stock market. Yeah, it can be. But when you look at the charts and you see the years of consolidation and bear markets, that tends to kind of expand things as well. So it is a waiting game. I did also see a lot of fear about people talking about, XRP being classified as a security. Guys, come on. This is ridiculous. I don't even want to entertain this argument anymore. You know my thoughts. You've seen me discuss this. This is typical FUD. Even Alex Cobb was alluding what Chris Larson has said in the past. And Chris Larson has said this years ago, too, like on the news. Like, you can find videos of him discussing this. And he was just talking about various Bitcoin whales, meaning huge Bitcoin holders, different groups potentially related to the mining pools in China, literally trying to destroy other platforms, lobbying, like paying and bribing people to actually scare people away from other types of networks and blockchains. Because anything other than Bitcoin is a potential threat. And we already know XRP, I say time and time again, 1,000 times faster, cheaper, scalable, and secure. Now, I'm not sure if it's 1,000 times more secure, but it's absolutely more secure. There's never been an error in the ledger, ever. With Bitcoin, we know all kinds of rollback is possible, double spend, So, okay, so this is a really good website, XRP Arcade. You guys can check this around. You can even look at different infographics. I've covered this a lot in the past. And then for those of you that haven't seen this, so since Ripple updated their website, they have different PDFs. I'm going to link this down below in one of the top comments. This is literally just talking about on-demand liquidity. It's really interesting. I know people have been talking about this. They're not really mentioning XVIA, XCurrent, and XRapid, the software products of RippleNet. They're almost just, considering it one new service and product. So we basically have the on-demand liquidity, and XRP plays a central role in this. And I'm going to talk in another video, probably later on today or tonight, depending on when I upload it, a little bit about, volatility slippage and why going on a digital asset for 3 seconds is literally a lot safer in terms of volatility rather than sending it through the foreign exchange market with 3 to 5 days in terms of settlement. It's a no-brainer, and mathematically it actually just makes sense. And this is just not my thought. This is actual factual information that I'll go over. But let me see. So again, highly recommend you guys check this out, and then I'll link the website down below. And you guys can actually watch this little video on how RippleNet works. Of course, payout capabilities in 40 plus currencies, on demand liquidity. So you're going to see this acronym a lot now. It's ODL. So keep an eye on it. Again, if you're invested in XRP, it doesn't mean you have to understand how all of this works. But for me, it absolutely helps in case, during these bear markets, you're getting a little insecure in your investment. So that's just my, I guess, advice and research. Always do your own research, but none of this should be taken as financial advice whatsoever. All right. And then right here, I'm going to finish off with this. Just Vitzevind, you guys will correct me as always, basically has a new blog on coil.com, and it's really, really cool. He's actually just teaching people to connect to the XRP ledger. They can create their own account balance and really learn the basics of coding. Highly recommend it. Obviously, I don't want to show his work because this is a way to stream payments and reward him for all his hard work, because he does absolutely, I know he has a bunch of funding now, but before it was all his hard work and he wasn't really being rewarded for it. And he used all the XRP tips to really fund these projects and incentivize development. But now with the funding grant that he received, I'm super happy for him. Well deserved. And again, for those of you that don't know, this gentleman is the one that created the XRP tip bot. And he, honestly, I'm looking forward to all the different applications he's, growing as well. So go ahead and check this out. And, check these links out. Let me know if you have any questions. Obviously, I don't want to read this verbatim. It's 2 pages. But if you want to learn more, let me know. And feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter, and I'm a lot more responsive regarding that. But I'll always go through the YouTube comments as well. So hopefully this update was short and sweet. Basically, go to xrparcade.com. Check it out. You can see investors, banks, associations, MSBs, money service businesses, money transfer businesses, and others, and different types of payments and FIs. So it's really, really cool. Highly recommend you look at these connections. This is one of the most reputable and legitimate assets, at least in the digital asset space, with almost 3,000 cryptocurrencies today. And in my opinion, I'm personally, having a large portion of my portfolio in XRP versus other projects. So with that, guys, sorry if this was a little boring. It's been a long day, and I will see you in the next one.